it was heavy on. You know what I'm saying? It was heavy.
Yeah, yeah,
Heavy.
yeah, yeah. This last week been pretty heavy, man. I ain't slip. I don't think I was slipping into no depression. I was like just being like, it felt like I was being super conscious and aware of, a lot of things. At night we get them epiphany moments and think about a lot of stuff. And you know,
Uh-huh.
it's at the point of where you really, the Most High is in control, and even
Always.
in his destiny and was destined for me. There it's not necessarily rebellion, but sometimes I just be like, let somebody else have that. On that part of it, I ain't. Just let me. I'm not saying that I'm comfortable. I want to get stagnant. It's just, and it ain't even that I don't want the responsibility to come with it. It's just the energy and time and the awareness and the compassion you have to have and the patience that come with it and all of that. The
Yeah.
being considerate and operating in maturity with people.
Yeah.
That part of it,
Man.
yeah.
Tiring sometimes.
Huh?
It's tiring
It's
sometimes.
yeah. It's very
Tiring sometimes.
it's very tiring. Just like cause with
Yeah.
in the book of Jonah, I think that was really like his thing. He was like, man, hey, look, send somebody else to go over there and holler at them people, man, cause I'm not. I'm finna go over here. I'm finna go over here. I'm finna do
That's
me.
crazy.
And he had no choice. He had no choice but to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Most High did exactly what he said the Most High was gonna do. You don't get them people anyway.
Yeah.
But so that's kind of where I'm at right now. But look, check this out. Okay, so boom, y'all already know what time it is. You're now tuned in with your cat, Big Joe and Lil Joe, and as y'all can see, I'll let y'all in a little bit on a little conversation. Before we even got this thing started, he didn't even know it was running. Man, say what's up, Pop.
What's going on, y'all out there? You ready to do another show with me? No, I didn't know you had the thing already on, but let's get straight into it.
Yeah, I felt like it was one of them conversations, so I was like, let me turn this on real quick, cause that checking in.
Yeah.
I got a few people that really check in. Wayne to check
Yeah.
in. Me and Dip was on the phone right before you called.
Yeah.
Then of course you.
Man,
You
tell them
know.
I said what's up.
Yeah. Okay. And excuse me. I talked to Auntie. I talked to Unc. Saying that they'll check in too.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain conversations I know to have with. I pick and choose. Who I'm having certain conversations with. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
that's the headspace. I kind of really just been in, man. What's your perspective on that in general? People who carry.
I got
Go ahead.
I got two views on that, man. A lot of times, I wish I had a better way to characterize it, but I typically say that, when you're in that space where you're conscious and God conscious, particularly, it seems like a lot of times I'm like a doormat. People walk over you, they do, mistreat you in ways that maybe they are aware of, maybe they're not aware of, but it's when God is heavy on me like that, and it's almost like I got to deal with this because he's pushing me into an area where I might not feel comfortable being or whatever the case may be. But I understand one thing. You're going to do what he wants you to do, whether you do it today or you do it tomorrow. You gave a good example when you talked about Jonah. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
When you talked about Jonah, you know what I'm saying, not wanting to go to Nineveh. But then let's talk about Yahshua Jesus when he was in the garden. Mm-hmm. What did he say when he started praying?
Man, take this cup from me.
He was asking the Father, man, come on now.
Yeah.
Come on. And he knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, it's heavy.
But it's God's will be done, man. And but it's hard sometimes, I'm telling you, because I get mentally and physically and sometimes spiritually just beat down because it's almost like, do you not know what you're doing? Why you treating it like this? But then I always think back, since you asked what my perspective on it was, I always refer back to, the things that Yahshua Jesus went through. Mm-hmm. And I say Yahshua Jesus because I know most people refer to him, but I want them to understand what I'm talking
about. For sure.
But, I just want people to understand what I'm saying. You think about Judas. right? Think about Judah. Yeshua knew what he was going to do. Am I right?
For sure.
He still broke bread with him, did he?
Yeah.
Still kept him around, didn't he? Yeah, he kept him around until the time came when he told him, go do what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I think a lot of times about people that come into my space. I see what's going on. I see, and then I'm saying, God, why you got me going through this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why this? Why now? And that when I start saying why this, why now, that's what I'm seeking. I'm seeking His faith. I'm seeking to understand that, and it drains you.
Mm-hmm.
And it drains you. So I'm trying to find a better way. Maybe you can help me with that. I'm trying to find a better way to characterize it. Because I don't really like characterizing it as saying that I feel like a doormat. People walking over me, mistreating me, making me feel some kind of way. So I need to find a better way to characterize it, because the way you characterize it is the way you'll start to take it. And if I feel like a doormat, that's like a disrespectful connotation. And that's not disrespectful, you know, when God got you going through something. Because He's fine-tuning you, He's molding and He's shaping you. Like you, I'm telling you, boo, you were so heavy on my mind this week. I'm calling, trying to get your tank, because I want to say, how you doing?
Yeah.
What's going on? Because I remember, you remember what I told you last time with the situation. I don't know how far you want to go into that. I'm not concerned about going into it myself. But when you the last relationship you were in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said I felt like I disappointed you. I said I feel like some of the family disappointed you, because we supposed to been there for you in more ways than we were. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit more perspective about things. And so when that came over me the other day, it ain't necessarily about a relationship and anything. And like now, it was just that feeling that, okay, I need to get at him.
Mm-hmm.
Something is going on. Mm-hmm. And I didn't ignore that, right? I wasn't going to ignore it this time, but I couldn't catch it. But it was heavy on my mind, because God is doing something with you. I'm telling you. You know it, and I know it. And I don't care what you do. You ain't getting away.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to. You know, I don't want to. You know, I'm submissive to Him. You know, even if it's if it's just gradually over time. I ain't gonna never say no. I ain't gonna never deny Him. I don't think it ain't the doormat. It's an anointing. You know, you carry healing. You carrying hope. You carrying love and joy. You're carrying something that people are attracting. It ain't just necessarily that you're a doormat. They just don't know how to, you know, they're kind of really more so studying you and just still operating in a messed up way. And I know he don't put nothing on us that we can't. That's all that is, man. That's an anointing. That ain't a doormat right there. That's an anointing that's attracting people, because even in their attraction, you still never run out. You still everything is still an add-on. And even in them being there with what may not be the purest intentions or the best on their best behavior, it turns out to benefit the one who's anointed over time more than them. Yeah. Most of it, because
when I go through it, I feel a whole lot better on the other side.
Yeah,
because of it. It's like, woo.
Yeah, we receive lessons different when you on that side. Most people, they do what they do, continue that cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it ain't.
But it's like I feel so sad for them. I be like, right now I'm going through some stuff with a couple of people that totally like lying, using, and I see it. I know all of it is going on, right? And the Most High hasn't put that on me to say anything about that to them yet. And I want to so bad, but that's my flesh. I want to snap out. You know what I'm saying? I want to go, you know what I'm saying, back in rotation for just a minute. You know, some penitentiary rules, right? But I'm not doing that. I look at them and I say this and say that to them. I try to throw hints at them to, like, I know what you're doing.
Right.
Stop it.
Right.
It won't benefit you.
Right.
And it ain't necessarily that it'll hurt me. It's just that in that circle of people that I associate with, and I'm seeing what's happening. I'm trying to tell them, don't do this.
Right.
I'm not going to help you in the way that I can without letting my flesh get in the way, right? But they're not getting it. And then last night, one of them was talking to me and all this, man. And he came and he said, "So I need to holler." I said, "Okay, what's up?" I'm thinking he's going to come on, get down. So I'm talking to him, and he starts some more gossip stuff, right? And I stood there and said, no, I ain't heard that. No, I ain't heard that. You know you ain't supposed to be doing that, though. You know, worrying about somebody else's stuff. The Bible says, "Bind your business." I throw a little incentive, but I'm laughing. You know how I do. I throw a little joke there, joke there. Put a little sugar on the casserole. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And then when he finished, right before he finished, look here, bro. Right before he finished, it dawned on me. Oh, he's gonna ask for something.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna ask for something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, look, I got to go because it's too cold out here. And I had on some shorts. You know what I'm saying? I had on no long sweats. And I said, it's too cold out here. So I'm walking away. I'm going to the cell. He said, hey, John. I said, yeah, what is it? He said, can I get a couple of noodles? I said, yeah, you can get a couple of noodles. I ain't no problem. But the way that I turned and looked at it, it's like my face had to show that I was disappointed. I wasn't upset. I was disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
And it zapped so much energy out of there. And it's like, when do I get to say, I'm asking the Most High, when do I get to say what it is that I know I should be saying in the right spirit? Because I go off of that. When are you going to let me do that? And he ain't told me, so I'm not doing it. But I know when the other day, when you were heavy on my mind, I had to get at you. And what he was trying to get me to say to you is that what you seek is coming.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to end up with some, I'm telling you. I can't tell you where, who, how, whatever the case may be. But you're going to end up with everything you need, whether it be relationship-wise, financially wise, whatever the case may be, but it's all going to be tied together into doing his will.
For sure.
That's what it's all about. It's all going to tie together, I'm telling you. So I was add, and I know you are, but I'm going to say what he wanted me to say because this is God's truth being said to you.
Yeah.
Be patient, bro. It's coming. It's coming, man.
No, for sure. No, I receive it.
When it comes, I'm telling you now, it's gonna be so much though. But he's prepared you to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that's the part where a lot of people miss it. They're not prepared to handle it. All of the things that we go through, like what I'm going through, what you go through, and all this, and anybody out there, what they go through, he's preparing you to handle when they fill their cup up. Mm-hmm. And it don't necessarily, now I don't want y'all to misunderstand what I'm saying after those y'all listen. Look, most of the time this ain't got nothing to do with no money, so don't be thinking that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with that.
Right.
This got to do with a whole lot of other things because it's your salvation that's most important.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just don't want people to misunderstand what I'm saying. You know, all those other things, yeah, God will bless you with that.
Mm-hmm.
But more than anything, it's about getting you right. You know what I'm saying? So you can sit down and have that conversation with him on that day. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
And it's coming, boo.
Right.
It's coming. It's something's going on with you, man, and it's spiritual.
For sure.
I'm telling you, it's spiritual.
I agree.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, y'all, hey, and if y'all ain't already subscribed to my pop's channel, go subscribe. He like 100 and something away from the 10,000 mark, man. So if you ain't willing to subscribe, I'm gonna tag it in the caption of the name of this video. So when you see the video pop up, you see the caption. His page is gonna be tagged in there for the people who answering in the comment section. What's the page? Which I'm gonna say the page is Doing Time with Joe. DOIN Time with Joe. And I'm gonna tag the page.
Yeah, y'all go there.
Yeah, go check.
Yeah, get on them now. Get on them now. Don't let me get into the middle of the week and they tell me I'm still 100 away. Come on now, show some love for Big Joe out there, y'all.
They
do that one time.
They gonna go. Anything else you want to say, Pop?
Already done. Man, look here, man. I just want to let you know how much I love you, how proud I am of you, and I want to tell the people out there that listen to your show and to listen to mine, we got some good stuff coming. Mm-hmm. We are about doing the Father's work. We just got a different way of going about it with the message that we put out. But it's one thing for sure, two things for certain. We always saying leave that foolishness alone.
For sure.
We always saying that. But to do that, we got to tell you what the foolishness is about.
Right.
And yes, sometimes we'll make you laugh. We might even make you cry. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you don't know why. It's about Yahshua Jesus.
Y'all already know what time it is. For sure. It's a blessing, as always.
Yeah.